Right, we are back with what I think is it's going to be episode 8. And I was just saying to Chris, I guess, who's going to introduce himself in a minute, I'm probably a huge amount of similarities in my mind to Jordan in episode 6 from Mauve, but I don't want to let that ruin the episode. I'm just saying, because I feel like on every episode now, I don't do enough research on the people that are coming on, the guests and shit. But similar story really, like we probably started speaking online, like, which sounds proper weird every time I say it, but it's just how the world works these days. Like yeah, what, 2.5 years ago? About 2.5
years ago, yeah. First time I saw you was when you picked up the R8 from Redline.
Yeah.
That green one,
2.5 years ago. I missed that car. And yeah, and I suppose this, like the beauty of this podcast is it's an excuse to fucking meet people in real life, I suppose.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think you've definitely got an interesting story. We were just chatting a bit before, and there's loads of stuff I want to go into, and Tokyo is going fucking wild.
Yeah, he's going a bit crazy.
I don't think I've walked him enough today, but yeah, I suppose like first question, it's just really just like tell the viewers about your background really. Like how did you get to where you are? Because obviously, you're 22 now?
Yeah, 22 now, yeah.
Driving what would be most people's dream car. Certainly was my dream car back in the day.
Yeah, it was mine at once, yeah.
So I guess just like a whistle stop tour, like 5-10 minutes. How did you get to where? Is he going mad? He might have come over here. How did you get to where you are now, really? And then we'll dive into a bunch of shit.
Yeah, so I'm from the northwest, sort of Preston area. Middle class sort of family. Dad's a joiner. He owns like a construction company. And my mum, she's got quite a condition, so. She got a condition called ME, which affects like energies levels and stuff like that. So she don't really work. So we're all sort of like a self-employed like family, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
My brother actually trades Forex.
Oh shit.
So he's not your typical guru or anything like that. So he doesn't sell courses or anything like that. But
you probably should make more money.
Yeah. I used to play quite a lot of tennis, and I think that's where like the hard working and like motivation sort of came from.
Yeah.
And then went to high school.
Call it high school up there?
You what, sorry?
They call it high school up there?
Yeah.
Secondary school?
Secondary school.
Is that high school?
Yeah.
I thought it was American only.
No, that's what we call it anyway. I started actually selling sweets and stuff. That's like my first entrepreneurial sort of There's this one guy who used to like sell drinks, and we started undercutting him with like sweets and stuff like that. And yeah, we did like a few £100 a week, and that was like the first ever taste of sort of the entrepreneurial sort of bit. After that, went to college, did joinery there. So I followed my dad's footsteps because he does joinery, like construction. I did 2 years there, but it wasn't really what I wanted to do. I couldn't really see myself doing that long term, and I hated like the way I was just following my dad's footsteps really. But and then that's when I started my first brand, Sansborough. It's a clothing brand. It's a sort of streetwear label. It's been going since 2017 now.
And was that you started that during college or when you finished?
That was just after high school.
High school, fine. I have to adjust to you saying that.
Basically, just out of like my bedroom, we had like a small little office. Spent a couple of grand on your first stock, like everyone does.
Yeah.
Messes up. Sizing was wrong. Everything was wrong from the beginning. Really got it, and I couldn't believe my eyes. Like burst into tears when because I started it with 6 or 7k, and soon run out of money quickly. It was quite tough at the beginning. I had. And
was that your first ecom thing ever?
Yeah, first ecom thing ever. Yeah.
So obviously you said you started the brand in college.
Yeah, just after high school actually.
Just after high school,
yeah,
so fucking secondary school. So what, you were 18 at this point, or 17, 18?
I was 17, yeah.
And was this like a plan? Like what spurred you? Because like particularly starting a brand where you're actually like buying stock and shit. I mean, I guess I did that to an extent when I was in like 2015, not to the same level, but what was the thing that like, was that something you wanted to do for a while? Was it just like you watched a YouTube video in your Facebook group, whatever? Like what was the motivation?
I saw Lewis Morgan, Ben Francis and his whole sort of squad. And I was just, how have they got these cars at that age?
Yeah.
They must be doing like something crazy. And I found about Gymshark, and there was another few guys who started a brand called Tay-Rock. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah. I used to follow all those guys.
Yeah, I think his name's called
in the Birmingham area. They run a brand called Able now, I believe.
They're killing it now at the minute with Able.
Yeah,
but yeah, saw them guys and got inspired by them, really. Just crazy. I wanted that car from the minute I saw it, like the R8, and
classic.
Seeing Lewis's posts, and it just inspired me to sort of create a brand, really. And the clothing was sort of like, it's like this, everyone goes to the clothing really at the start, but
it's so true.
Everyone like starts with a clothing brand, but it was just one of them things that I wanted to sort of pursue, really.
And prior to that, like, were you just, I guess like most people were like, I mean, for me, I knew I wanted to do something different, but until you discover like, oh wait, people can actually do this like online stuff, particularly ecom, at like a young age, I didn't know like where to start. Was it the same?
Yeah, that was the same for me. Just quick Google search and find Shopify, and you find all these like guru dropshippers online, and I was following them for quite a while, trying to learn, test out his stuff, and that's basically where I got it from, really.
And then did you finish 2 years of college? Assuming it's 2 years.
Yeah, so I did about 1.5 years of college.
Yeah.
And I was doing about 5k a month at the time.
Yeah.
And to me, that was a lot of money, but I didn't realise at the time, like, turnover isn't profit.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I was so young at the time, I was inexperienced. My wage was basically like £700 a month, and to see 5k in Shopify sales, it was like the instant sort of, right, Dad, I'm gonna give it like 100% and go for it.
Yeah.
So I told him, sat him down, and I was like, I just need to give it 100%, otherwise I'm just,
So this was in college, doing 5k a month revenue.
Yeah.
Like, saw potential.
So potential.
So did you finish college, or did you drop out?
No, I dropped out. It was basically towards the end anyway, but I just sort of dropped out early. In school, I didn't pass maths or English.
Oh shit, really?
I only passed 2 GCSEs, so yeah.
And what was the college thing again? Carpentry?
It was joinery.
Joinery.
It was like construction.
And you just felt forced to do that because your dad?
It's like not when parents it wasn't forced or anything, but when you like advised to go down like a path, because it's like tradesman is like the how do you say it, like it's a good skill to have, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. And
a bit old-fashioned, old way of looking at things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
especially when it runs in the family.
Yeah. It's the kind of, it's not like put on you, but you have that sort of like parents' pressure, don't you?
Yeah. I was the same, I suppose. I mean, I didn't do joinery or anything, but like going to uni, and then kind of at the end of the day, it was like, well, didn't really know what else to do. Yeah. And people kind of expect you to go, and then
that was me as well.
Ended up figuring shit out, but
I tried out a firm that was local to me. I won't say the name or anything, but it's like architecture, and doing like drawings. I did like a day there, and from the trial day, I instantly knew I didn't want to do like a 9 to 5 or anything. You just get that feeling, don't you, that it's not for you. And
I think
I had such like high like aspirations, because from school I played like quite high in tennis. I played like county level.
Oh yeah.
So, and then I went on to fishing.
Oh, shit.
I did quite well at that. And
fishing?
Yeah, like
what, competitive?
Fishing. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I always thought fishing was what like middle-aged blokes did, or like retired blokes did, and had a few beers on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, I got a lot of stick for that in high school and stuff like that.
No, that's pretty lit, fishing. I didn't know there was competitive fishing. Is that like getting the biggest fish?
Yeah, it's basically like weights and stuff like that, and you're there for like a few days and got to catch.
Fucking hell, that is local. I've actually never heard of that. That's mad. I've learned something new today. And then, so obviously at the point you drop out of college, is this when you're doing 5k a month, or was that prior? Like,
yeah, I was basically doing about 5k a month.
What did the business look like at this point?
What was that, sir?
So like, was it completely out of home at this point still, or?
Yeah, it was just basically a bedroom brand. I had the stock in what we call like a back lounge. It's like a
Yeah.
little bit of like a lounge area, but you filled that place pretty quickly. And my dad actually owns like a unit. Well, he doesn't own it, he rents it.
Yeah.
And he uses it for his joinery and business and that. And he had a bit of space in the back sort of office area. I just moved all the stock in that, and he said I could do it for like rent free until I can basically afford to pay the rents. And
yeah, sick.
it was just like a small office at the time, and yeah.
All right, another question I have then, because I feel like a lot of people might have picked up on it. So you said you started with like 6 or 7 grand.
Yeah.
I personally did not have 7 grand when I was 17.
Yeah.
So where'd you get that from? Were you just working, or?
I was working literally from 7 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I just saved and saved, really. I didn't really have any
Where'd you work?
expenses for my dad.
Oh, right.
Joinery business, yeah. He was
Nice.
quite strict on me, but it learnt me a lot of lessons, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Like good life skills and that, but I just didn't really like working for it. I couldn't really see a future in there. We had quite a few fallings out as well.
Yeah, I can imagine. Too close to home, innit?
Yeah, dad and sons. It can work sometimes, but there was like we brought work back home, and I could see myself falling out with him. It wasn't a good like sort of relationship at that sort of point.
Yeah.
So I managed to save up that money from there.
I was probably just terrible with money. I'd probably go into the cinema or something too often.
Yes, I'm probably a bit the other way, really, as saving every little penny from everything. I wouldn't spend a thing. Even now, I don't really buy that much like designer stuff. The only thing I've bought is obviously the car. But yeah,
we'll get onto that definitely. And do you think your parents were they, because obviously like dropping out of college, like did they see the potential? They were supportive, or were they like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, kind of scared?
My mum was quite sort of negative towards it. She's like, oh, what if it don't work out? And I think all parents, I think they do it because they're worried, basically.
Yeah.
So my dad was quite supportive, but I don't know whether he believed or not I would take it this far. There was, it was quite a hard time, really, because everyone wants you to follow like a certain path to uni or college, definitely. Get like a good job. Yeah, but I didn't want to take that route. I didn't want to follow everyone else like from school that did that, really, because there was only me and a few other people that took different routes, really.
Yeah, I feel like that's a fairly similar story with a lot of people. Like, I mean, it's different for everyone's situation, but genuinely, I just feel when it's like, especially if your parents aren't entrepreneurs, or which is the case in 99% of the cases, really, particularly with like Ecom, which is a lot more new. Like, I remember having a conversation when I was like, the equivalent for me was dropping out of uni, so a bit later on, and my parents were just like, you're fucking mad, basically.
Yeah.
Even though at this point I had a decent business, like was doing revenue, like was making more money than I would have been in a fucking grad job or whatever. But yeah, it's different for everyone. So obviously your accent's pretty prominent. I was taking the piss before we started. Where are you from then?
So I'm from Preston. If you don't know where that's from, it's like around Lancashire. So basically northwest.
Yeah, because I was telling you before as well, she won't be watching this, but there was some girl that broke my heart like 4 years ago, and she lived in Preston, and I went to visit her. This was while I was in uni in Newcastle, when I just left and I was still living there. I mean, she might be watching this, but yeah, she knows who she is if she is watching this. I'll have to find out
the name later.
Yeah, well, you probably know her, to be fair. Fuck, I'll have to get this off camera. But I remember driving like 2.5 hours, I think, from Newcastle. Might have even been like 3 hours to see her when it was like half term or some bollocks. I don't know, it's like some holiday period. And then it went very south, and I was like, oh dear. But that's like the main association I have with Preston. That's like the only time I've ever been there, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yes, is it like near Manchester? Am I making that up?
Yeah,
northwest of
it's
Manchester.
Probably like 40 minutes north from Manchester.
Yeah.
So yeah, the brand's basically, we say it's based in Manchester, but it's just,
it sounds better.
Yeah, it sounds better, and yeah, no one's really knows where Preston is, to be honest.
It's like people that are from, it's like posh, like private school girls that are from some weird, obscure village in Surrey that say they're from London. It's like, we're not from London, no, you live. It's a 77-minute drive. But yeah, I suppose everyone has that equivalent. In York, the equivalent is like people from Selby say they're from York, but it's 25 miles away or something. Maybe not quite 25. But anyway, to bring it back to the brand. So I'm just trying to get the picture here. So you're obviously living at home at this point, working out of the back room effectively, which is like the classic Ecom startup spec.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
And in many ways, I feel like that's like the most fucking iconic and in many ways enjoyable stage, because it's just like so raw.
Yeah, I think when you're that age and you've got nothing to lose, that's the best time to start like a brand. Yeah. It's when you get a little bit older, obviously like kids and whatever, but yeah, it's your mortgage, house, it starts getting more risky. So when I was that age, I was talking to my dad about it. I was like, this is the best time to start. I'm not going to get a better shot at it. I'm going to risk every little penny I've got to try and make it work. And yeah.
And did you have any mates that like went down a similar?
Yeah, I had a mate from high school. We basically like started around the same time. He started a nutrition company. Harry, he's probably watching this.
Probably will be.
Yeah, and yeah, he started property recently. He started doing well with that. But the nutrition brand that he did start, I think he's just leaving that now. It didn't really take off that much. So
yeah,
but we started at the same time and we shared an office as well.
Oh yeah,
so that was it was pretty fun times, to be honest. Yeah,
because the point there was I feel like, and we'll probably come on to more of this later on, but I feel like, I mean, you're obviously an outlier when you're at fucking college, uni, school, whatever, and you want to start a business, and like people used to take the fucking piss out of me with my very first brand, which didn't go anywhere because it wasn't, I just chopped and changed too much. But did you get any of that? Or
I used to get the exact same. People in college
being like, why the fuck are you starting this?
Yeah, they found out about one of my brands and I showed them my Instagram at the time and I got a few laughs and, oh, why are you doing this? And yeah, and then I showed them some numbers one day on my Shopify and they were like, what? How much have you made today? I think I made like 500 to like £1,000 at the time, which at the time, like I was 17, 18.
Yeah, you realise.
Yeah, I've realised,
Yeah, people know it's not a joke when you show them actual numbers.
When you can back it up and prove it, even though that's nothing now, but back then that was like a sign of it's sort of working, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think like there's always people like that. Like I still think about it, and I think I mentioned it in previous podcasts, but it's just, ultimately those people, if they are taking the piss out of people that are going out of their way to start something.
Yeah. No one ever takes the piss out of someone.
They're never going to do their own thing.
No one ever takes the piss out or goes on Instagram or someone doing better than them or more than them or... Yeah. It's always like the guys who wanted to start something, and I got tons of messages at the start, how do I start a brand and stuff like that. Yeah.
So talk me through like the first year then, pretty much. Obviously how long were you doing it then before you dropped out for a start?
So I started in 2017. I think I went to college 2018. So it was running about a year and a half before I went full time. Yeah. Maybe 2 years actually.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I bought my first lot of stock and it couldn't sell a t-shirt. At one point I ran out of money and the only other solution was to ask my dad for a little bit of a loan. Yeah. And I blew it straight away on stupid amounts of stock that didn't end up selling. So that put me in more of a mess. And were
you full time at this point?
I was full time at this point. Yeah, just working by myself in the office, packing orders late at night. And because when you start like a stock-based business, it's so hard to get it off the ground with limited amount of money. Yeah. Even 20 grand, if you had 20 grand, it's still so difficult.
I feel like especially in clothing.
With my
limited experience in clothing, but yeah.
When you start out, you just think, I'll just buy a t-shirt, I'll sell it and I'll make this much profit, but you don't realise about the advertising, the customs fees, the
it's fucking
website
so
fees.
True.
It adds up, and I wasn't even counting profits then. I was just basically like, I'm doing like this amount a month. But yeah, that's where I messed up really.
Yeah, I think in ecom in general, to be fair, in starting a fucking business in general, like, I don't know if you experienced this, but like, a lot of people, just people that aren't in the game at all, and particularly aren't in the ecom game, like, they basically think that your revenue is quite literally money in your pocket.
It's money in your pocket, yeah.
And I think I've said this before, but firstly, it's not even profit, and secondly, even if it was profit, it's not going to you. You have to fucking grow the business, buy stock, particularly stock-based, like you said.
Yeah, it goes back into the business, and yeah, you never really see that money at the start. But yeah. Yeah,
it's mad. It's a fucking hard slog. And then, what was the thing, I guess two-part question, what was the thing that helped you like properly start growing? Because for me back in the day it was Facebook ads, back when they were way cheaper.
Yeah, so...
And like when was that as well?
So I basically used Facebook ads from the beginning, so I learned everything myself.
Yeah.
I touched a few influencers at the beginning of when I started the brand, but I had so many mess arounds and people not delivering properly of what I asked, and
so many cases of that.
I bought, I think I spent like £500 on an influencer, and he didn't bring one sale back. And after I started looking at his followers and engagement, it was basically all fake, to be honest. And I got a message from another brand owner like a few months after I started talking to him. Basically done the same to him as well. Yeah,
it's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, it's all smoke and mirrors. So these influencers.
Yeah, legit. And then your day to day then working. So like, obviously you're not still got stock in your parents' house, I assume.
No, I haven't. No.
So like, from that point to now, what was like? Just give us like a roundup, like in terms of the roadmap. What was that, like 2 years? It's 3 years since that point. Since when you dropped out?
Yeah, about 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
So I got a loan from my dad. I was like, look, Dad, I need to borrow some money. I know it's going to seem like high risk at the moment, but I will pay you off in future and I'll retire and all that sort of stuff. So we went down to the bank one day. We just loaned a small amount of money to start with, but I soon blew that money. And I was back in the same sort of position where I couldn't sell anything. And I just had to tell my dad and my brother. I got him in my office one day. I've run out of money. I need to do something different. And he was telling me to go to a job and thinking about coming back and working for him. But I was like, absolutely not. I would rather literally jump off a cliff than go back to a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It's just not my type of like work. I couldn't see myself doing that really.
Yeah. And were you running ads at this point though?
Yeah. So I was
saying
running.
That you couldn't sell the stock. Like, what was the reason? And how did that change?
I basically run out of money.
Yeah.
So I literally had 50p in my account.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. I've got a screenshot as well. I'll probably show it you later. A few screenshots and that. But and then from that point, I started looking into dropshipping. Yeah. And that's when the sort of second brand came around.
Yeah.
So I started my...
I know, like... I think you mentioned it maybe once, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about the second brand, so what's all that about? What's the story
so
there?
I can't reveal the name right yet.
Why not?
Right now.
It's too competitive.
All the products are not fully branded yet, and it's just... I will reveal it next year, because we're just at that tipping point now where we're transitioning from... We do have some products stocked in-house, but most of them are still from China, in a warehouse from China. Yeah. So until that's like it fully cemented in, then I'll leave it for now, but maybe that's for another podcast.
Can you say what the brand is, like roughly is though?
Yeah,
not the
so
name, just like what it does.
Yeah, so it's in like the women's fashion sort of niche.
Yeah.
Accessory niche.
And you started this like 2 years ago then?
Yeah, so at first I started my first like drop shipping brand. I like swore I'd never get into it because I heard about shipping times and just all like the bad stuff in general about drop shipping, but I was so desperate for money that I had no other way of making anything else. And yeah, just prior to before that as well, I might go on a bit of a tangent about this.
Good.
But
That's good. That's what we need.
yeah, at that point I had no money, so I was basically looking on eBay and Fiverr about how to make money online. Like, you go on Google.
Yeah.
And I came across this guy. He wanted me to sell basically his like farm equipment on eBay for him.
The fuck? That's pretty niche.
Yeah, and I got 25% of the cut, and he would keep the rest. But I would need to sell the items for him. And at the time, everything clocked out because I had his name, I had his address, I had basically everything, the pictures of the items. So I basically listed it for sale on eBay. A few days later, the high ticket items, the first item that was basically sold was $3,000. It was like this little digger thing.
Oh yeah.
So the sale went through, I got the money through to my PayPal. And then the digger never turned up. The guy phoned the buyer, assuring he was going to deliver it on time, and everything seemed all right until that last moment where it fell through. He ran off with the money. No, he didn't run off with the money. I still had the money in my account, and then I transferred him the cut, and I took my 25%.
Yeah.
He ran off with it. How
do you come across this guy?
It was on it's either People Per Hour or Fiverr, and that was the first time I've ever been scammed. I was so gutted after that.
What was he claiming to be though? Like, if you found it on Fiverr,
he was just. I looked up his thingy. I looked up his. What do you call them? Like descriptions, his ads that he puts out. Well, he was claiming that he needed help with listing all his agricultural equipment, stuff like that. And I was like, look, I can help you with that. I've sold so many things on eBay before, just like random shoes and stuff like that. I was like,
it was a pure scam.
It was a pure scam, yeah. Luckily, there was another $5,000 piece of equipment that was just about to go through, but on that day, he ran off with the money, and I just instantly knew he'd gone because I couldn't call him. I tried calling him, emailing him, never responded. So I was left with my little cut of 25%, but he ran off with the money, and the buyer disputed it over PayPal.
On your PayPal account?
Yeah, on my PayPal. So I was minus $3,000 in my PayPal, and they were chasing me for that for ages. I still never paid it back.
Oh yeah, shit. So did he ever give it back?
No, still not found him to this day.
That's a pretty elaborate scam, to be fair.
It was so thought out that I had literally 3 or 4 people look at it.
I've heard of similar things with eBay and PayPal, and like people using them with
it was back
accounts.
in the day where it wasn't as strict as it is now, the whole eBay and PayPal, because literally now you can't get away with anything. But back then, I can't even believe that. Just looking back, it was such an easy spot, but at the time,
hindsight,
I was so desperate for money that I probably didn't think things through, but I had like 3 or 4 people check it out, and we had his contact detail, his supposedly contact details.
Probably some bloke in Central African Republic.
Address and everything, I called the police after that. Filed I don't know what. You file like a report, don't you? When you've been like...
I actually never called the police, so I don't know.
I didn't actually call them, but I got in touch with them.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, I tell a lie. I think I had to do something similar when I got my watch nicked off my wrist in Barcelona like 3 years ago. I never called them, but I had to go to the police station. Load of bollocks. Never got the watch back.
I was literally in tears after that, because that was like a blow to the stomach when you've got literally nothing. I'm just glad that second sale didn't go through. Otherwise, I would have been literally minus 10 grand down. And they still haven't recovered that money to this day. That PayPal is just I don't know whether I should say this or not, but it's just floating around somewhere. Yeah,
fuck. And then just after that was when you discovered dropshipping, or?
After that, discovered dropshipping after just selling bits and bobs on eBay, trying to just make a few quid. Discovered dropshipping. I made my first store selling jewelry, and then I just couldn't take it off, and I tried free plus shipping and all that sort of stuff.
I did that in the past.
I tried selling kitchen gadgets, and it's just that stuff doesn't work. That was basically like 2016, 2017 when people made the money.
So when was this then? When you did
that was
dropshipping?
2019.
Yeah,
maybe 2019. Yeah, because
I did it in 2017, 18.
I think it was back end of 2019.
Like Facebook feedback score.
Yeah,
like when it was so easy.
Before
it wasn't
all
easy,
that
but it
stuff.
was a lot easier.
Yeah,
and looking back on it now, I was like, there's some fucking funny shit I used to sell, but it was kind of that period between first. Like I had a few little brands and then drop shipping.
I think it's such a good model to build up cash flow and just learn how to manage ads and even like the customer experience, like from shipping to just dealing with customer emails. It just teaches you everything to build like a brand basically. Yeah,
100%. I think it's like if you could make like an e-commerce degree or some bollocks, like just putting someone in a room, giving them like £1,000 and a laptop and saying make a dropshipping store. Yeah, give them 6 months to figure it out.
You could literally start it with a few £100 now. A dropshipping store. 100%. And you can turn that into a multi-million pound.
There are people though that are still like one of my old housemates. That was what he was doing still. I mean, he would never show me what his store was, which is kind of the weird part.
I think I know who he was. I spoke to him quite a bit actually. Oh, what's his name?
What, Connor?
Yeah, Connor. That's his name.
I can say his name. Yeah, you just call him Goose.
Yeah, that was
fucking funny. I missed that, Don. If he's watching, need to catch up. But I think he was still doing dropshipping. There's still people that are doing dropshipping. I think. Yeah. Also, at the end of the day, like
the model still works. It's basically the same model.
Like dropshipping itself and the like stereotype about dropshipping are two different things. Obviously, dropshipping, people that don't know, is just everyone probably knows, but you're just selling a product that you haven't got and you pay for it once you've been paid and you make the difference.
Yeah.
But I guess, like the stereotype about dropshipping is shit quality product. It takes fucking 6 weeks to come. Like Facebook feedback score now would be fucked. There are ways around it. You can make a good experience dropshipping store. Like it's never going to be quite as good.
We do it at the minute, but it's just not as good as we could do with like the private label sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So we get a decent feedback score. We've done, multiple 7 figures on it, and it's done all right. But the first one I ever started, it failed. I started another one after that, and it failed, and then I came on to this one. Started getting a few sales. Instantly knew that I could turn it into a brand long term. And it wasn't just like a short sort of cash grab and go like many like dropshippers do, or like even like trends. It's based on trends and stuff like that. A lot of people, but
100% agree.
This sort of brand that I've made it's not basically like on trends or little gadgets or anything like that. I can see it being like a multi-million 10 mil plus brand easy.
That's an interesting point actually, because I know people that have started dropshipping and now, one person in particular, and now it's a proper fucking big brand. And you can do that. There's a lot
of people, even Gymshark started off dropshipping.
Like for me, when I was doing dropshipping, I didn't view it that way. I mean, maybe I could have done. I had a few different. I just literally wanted to make money. Didn't really give a fuck. It was just like, kitchen
just
gadgets
about
and
the numbers.
And then I went like back to, I'm going to build a brand, and that's when I started Midnight City like 2.5 years ago. But you are right. You can definitely, like, dropshipping's become this dirty word because of what 90% of people do with it, which is like grey hat sort of.
The sort of like scammers.
You can do it.
Not sending
properly.
Products. Yeah. Of course you can,
And you can do it in a way, like you said, is a great way to start a brand if you've got like no experience and mainly no money. Like, it's a fucking great way to start a brand. Like, anyone can do that if they're willing to A, learn stuff themselves, and B, just fucking put some time into it, which most people just aren't willing to do. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, if you're not willing to put in the time, then how are you going to make things work, really?
Exactly. Like people don't want to people want loads of money and all this, like what they perceive to be like the rewards, but they don't want to get in the trenches.
Yeah, they don't want to get in the nitty gritty stuff, and
they got to learn to love the trenches.
Yeah, that's it.
Where all the benefits.
That's where the skills and everything is built, really. Like from Facebook ads to literally everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, this is about 2 years ago. Then, so you got the brand.
Yeah.
Which is that still like the main priority at this point? And then you started the dropshipping.
Yeah, so
brand,
yeah,
like with the intention originally of just
making money at the time, because I had literally no money. That was basically just to get some money behind me, to basically funnel into Sans Perel,
like
the streetwear label.
And did that dropshipping brand make money?
Yeah,
from the
so
start?
it started to kick off a little bit. One of the products, then we fully transitioned it into like a branded store, branded everything. Yeah, it started to do well. I think we did like 10, 15K first ever month, and then 20K, then 40K, then 60K, 90K, and then we're at multiple six figures a month, which was like a real sort of like, we might be on to like a winner here.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was, when was that? November last year. We did, the biggest ever month. Yeah, that was like sort of the turning point when I thought, all right, I need to start taking this into a brand now.
Yeah.
Because you can only take it so far drop shipping, especially with our feedback score was still good, but it was still limited.
Sorry, if people aren't watching this, they're not going to see this crazy fucking.
He's been on me all night. He's been chewing.
It's been on Chris the whole time, going mad. I think maybe just put him down. He's going to start. He's going crazy.
I'll leave you.
I'll just leave him. Yeah. So, yeah, that's fucking interesting. But I actually didn't know most of that. So first question then, like if that was doing. Well, I guess two-part question. Firstly, how much better was that doing than Sans Perel?
Yeah, so
and did that like change? And secondly, if it was doing so much better, why would you funnel money into something which at the time wasn't working that well? Like, what was the thinking?
Because
he's going to ruin your jumper.
I'll put him down. I'll funnel him over here.
Yeah, come over here. Come here.
Come on.
Sorry, I'll cut this bit out. It's just fucking annoying me. He's going to ruin your jumper. Give me this rabid dog. Come here. Just literally chuck him over. He's going crazy. He loves you. Come here.
I'll make that one.
Right. There we go. Straight back to you.
Loves me,
he might have to stay with you.
Yeah, he's alright. He just loves chewing that jumper.
Yeah, he does. Fucking hell.
Yeah, so what was your ad about then? The funneling. Why was
why do that if one's working, the other's not?
So
I wasn't at the time.
Basically, I started Sans Perel, and that was the brand that I wanted to take far, and the dropshipping one on the side was basically just a side, just to funnel money into Sans Perel. I always knew it was going to do something, but it's like clothing. There were so many clothing brands out at the start. It was just hard to find our sort of niche and differentiate ourselves from other brands. I mean, I tried a few stuff we originally did gym wear at the start.
Oh yeah.
And then we actually transitioned into sort of like streetwear and sort of the graphic tees that you see now on the website. The gym wear didn't really take off, and I never really wanted it to be like a gym wear brand at the start. I wanted it to be like a cross, but I ended up taking the more of like sort of streetwear route, and that's where the mainly like the sort of sales came from. Yeah. So we found like a few products. Our main one was like a tracksuit. It's called like the utility tracksuit. That started doing quite decent numbers, and then we started doing graphic tees and cargo pants. It started to kick off then, really. And
at what point did Sans Perel start to do well, having previously struggled? And was it money from the dropshipping brand that helped? And like, where did you put that money?
New
stock, ads, what?
Yeah, so most of the money went into stock, and then we started doing different designs, and I expanded and got my friend, which works for me now.
Yeah.
So I've got two employees at the minute. It's just helped me sort of put the, how do I say it, like the customer service, the packing orders. I didn't have to deal with all that stuff, and it just allowed me to focus on ads and designing products, all that sort of stuff, to help actually grow the business instead of constantly packing orders. And I'd be up late at night packing them, and it just takes most of your time, really. It's jobs that can be outsourced easily, but yeah.
So going back to November 2020 then, which I think you said was the biggest month for the dropshipping brand. So say 2020, how did the two compare in terms of like size, scale?
The dropshipping one was a lot better than Sandsprell at that time. Yeah. It's only basically been, I'd say, the start of this year that it's been really kicking off, Sandsprell.
Yeah, interesting.
So it's been going how many years now, and it's only been basically this year we've really started to scale and put money into it. And we've been seeing some like really good results, really. And
so right now then, are you, the setup for Sandsprell, are you using a 3PL? Are you fulfilling it from a warehouse unit? What's the story there?
So my dad has a unit, and I've basically taken over half of it.
Yeah.
Paying for it, and I think we did that in November last year. We like gutted it all out and plastered it and put new lightings in the warehouse, and got all that set up. So at the minute my friend Reese packs all the orders and manages all that stuff at the minute. And
I feel like a lot of people would say, if that other brand, well, the dropshipping brand, but ultimately still that other brand, was doing better, particularly last year, like, why keep doing both? Is that because you saw yourself long term doing both, or because
I can see
you still thought Sandsprell could be that number one brand?
I can still see both. Well, mainly Sandsprell doing the best.
I'm saying
really.
it wrong, aren't I? Sandsprell.
Yeah, Sandsprell.
I'm saying it too French or some shit. Sandsprell.
It's probably different to how I say it, but it's that's how we really say it, really. But so I can see both brands doing, like, becoming the next big sort of brand. But where do I go from now?
If you had to pick one, because the reason I ask is, I made the mistake kind of unintentionally last year of ended up with two fucking brands at the same time, which wasn't the cause of, wasn't the main problem, but was a problem. And I just fucking found it so difficult. I guess
it's been a problem with me as well.
Yours are a bit more similar.
Yeah.
But like still, like, how do you manage that? Do you not find like, I mean, I guess it's ironic me asking this because I was the fucking same, but by definition you can't focus on two things. So
many people
how do you manage it?
Yeah, I've seen so many people say that, and it's true. It's so hard managing two brands. Like, you can't put 100% of your effort into two. Yeah. You can only do one, but at the moment I can see both brands becoming successful. So there has been, like, it's been so hard trying to manage two, especially when I'm trying to scale two brands at a time. It takes up so much energy. Yeah. But I can see
if you had to pick one now,
I don't even think
you had to bin the other one. Which one would it be? Which one would you pick to keep?
Oh my days.
On the spot, I want a real answer. Someone put a gun to your head and said, right now, you have to bin one off and keep the other one.
It'd have to be the sort of dropshipping one at the minute.
You'd keep that?
I would bin that off. Even though it's done more revenue, more profit.
So you'd keep Sandsprell?
Yeah, Sandsprell, yeah.
Fucking hell, Bamber's pronunciation. And why is that? Just because it's been around longer? Like, you just...
At the minute...
You see a lot more long-term potential?
Yeah, or what? And it's taken off. Like, the percentage difference to last year, we're talking like thousands of % different in sales, and the amount of money I've put in stock recently. I mean, I've probably spent about 6 figures on stock recently. Yeah. So the amount of money that's gone into it, and it's been going longer as well. It's almost like your baby as well. When you start it from literally 100 t-shirts to where it is now. Yeah, it's hard to probably let that one go.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though I can see the drop shipping one turning into a big brand in the future.
And how soon are you planning to? You mentioned planning to like develop that into like.
It's basically in the works at the minute. We've got some stock of it in the warehouse, but just not all the products are fully branded and customized and that. So that'll be sort of the end of this year, maybe next year. We'll fully transition because I think we've just peaked out at the drop shipping. Yeah, like I said before, there's only so far you can take it with like the feedback score, and even though that's not a huge problem for us, but you just want to deliver a product that's like the best you can do, really. And
it's
with
also
dropshipping,
like building more barriers to entry in it.
Yeah,
less competition the second you start stocking.
Yeah,
stuff.
That's probably why I won't mention it at the minute, because people still can go in and sort of like take it and replicate it and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's some 15-year-old kid right now watching this who's going to go rip your store when it's all over.
There probably is, to be fair. They've probably already found it out, but yeah, I just like to keep it quiet at the minute. Yeah,
that's the thing with drop shipping. Like I remember back in the day when I was doing big numbers of drop shipping, like you wouldn't tell anyone your store.
It's literally so secretive.
It's so replicatable, which is like, it's funny, but it's also like, it's funny because it was bad. Like
if someone can replicate your business overnight, then we've got like a problem. They can just undercut you in margins if you've got better ads. Yeah, instantly your business is gone. So that's why I don't see any long-term success in dropshipping. But for getting cash at the start and learning skills, you can't do anything better.
Oh, 100%. It's like the ultimate ecom education. Yeah, well, it's the only ecom education. I don't know how the fuck people. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, like there are people that have started not doing dropshipping, but usually different circumstances. They've, I don't know, either had money from somewhere or, I guess, taking different risks, etc. But yeah, I agree. I think it's the best way to start. 1,000% bang on.
Without that, our Sans Pro wouldn't be where it is today, to be honest. Because I would have run out of money and gone back to probably a job somewhere. And
don't say that. You wouldn't do that.
Imagine that.
And at what point did Sans Pro become
Sans Pro?
Fuck me, sorry. Sans Pro become self-sustaining without needing the other brand? Because assuming that happened at some point.
Yeah, probably last year. Yeah, I'd say we started doing decent sort of numbers. Yeah. There's enough stock in the warehouse to sort of like not need the other brand, if that makes sense. Because before that would do like, I don't know, like 500 pieces of one and then run out and have to wait for the next lot because we didn't have the cash to sort of buy thousands of items. And it's a poor sort of cash business at the start because of how much money you need to put in. Yeah, a lot of people don't. Well, a lot of people realize it when they get into like sort of stock businesses, when you're coming from like basically nothing.
Yeah, I think particularly clothing. Yeah, because it wasn't my main thing, but I did do clothing in the past, and fuck me, like even looking at it now, I think like obviously sizing is one thing that you don't get in a lot of other products. It's quite high weight for shipping. Like, I mean, loads of things. Like more even SKUs just typically.
Down to the designs and manufacturer, like to get everything spot on your order.
Yeah, a lot of sampling.
There's so much sampling, and sample fees are so high. Yeah, like so high. We just sampled like a few jackets at the moment. It's thousands of pounds for just samples.
Because one-offs in it, like fucking print fees, like molds, whatever it is. Like it's actually mad. I think stock, stock is one of the hardest things. I mean, again, I've never done it like large scale with clothing, but even with jewelry, it was fucking difficult. And like the margins on jewelry are like 95%, 90% to 95% gross margin on the product. 90% probably on average.
You had a third party warehouse? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, James and Northampton.
I was looking at them the other day.
I wouldn't use them now.
Would you not?
They're fucking shit now. I don't care if they're watching. They were great to begin with. I recommended a load of people. They got really expensive.
Because I've seen quite a few brands that use them. I know.
Yeah, quite a few. I know quite a few brands use them.
Is it Crafted London?
I do believe Crafted use them. Yeah, and Tally use them.
Yeah,
Grace Beverley's
quite
brand.
a few big brands use them. Yeah.
I mean, maybe I just had a bad experience. I don't think they're very good. They don't even give you an account manager. You could be giving them 30 grand a month, and they won't even give you an account manager. It's like, come on. You call up and you get like some Polish member of staff answer it.
No way.
That's not me being offensive, but it's just the truth.
It's just hard to work around when you don't have like full control, or you're not getting responses back quickly. Yeah, to be fair,
just on that though, like obviously you do your own warehousing.
Yeah.
I've never done that. Like I went from either having stuff in my room originally, then drop shipping, then 3PL for that brand. Like in my mind, having never done warehousing myself, I can't see why you wouldn't use a 3PL. Like I can imagine the only benefit is it's potentially cheaper to do it yourself.
Yeah, at the minute,
why
the unit that we rent is quite cheap for the amount of space and office space we get. But I just can't seem to. I like having full control. And if something goes wrong somewhere, and I can't fix it quickly for a customer,
dog's going crazy,
or something goes wrong with the shipping, or I don't know, it could be anything. If I don't have full control over it, it's like I sort of get like a bit paranoid, like because I can't fix it straight away.
And I like this. I'm just playing devil's advocate here because again, I've never not done 3PL. Like the two things I'd say to that is, firstly, do you not think a dedicated fulfillment company has like you're leveraging all their systems and shit and their experience, and ultimately they should be better at it than you because they're doing it for hundreds of brands, millions of orders a year. And secondly, like why do you want to be physically having to worry about shipping out an order when you can just press a button online and pay someone to do it?
Yeah, I mean that's true really.
Just click.
Sort of with the dropshipping one brand, we're looking at doing maybe a third-party logistics because there isn't enough storage at our warehouse at the moment for both brands because they're growing so fast. That's something I'll probably look into in the future, but because I haven't done it, I don't really know sort of the ins and outs of it.
Yeah, it seems quite it's the same with me, the opposite way, to be fair. Yeah, I just feel like I wouldn't want to have to be in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Like, for example, could you just fuck off to Dubai tomorrow for a month? Or would that be a problem?
I'd have to put a few things in place, but there is that limiting sort of I probably couldn't, to be fair. I'd have to put a few things in place with sort of employees and that, but that's the only downfall, I'd say.
Yeah, and it's interesting.
Something that you have to kind of like pick and choose, really. If I didn't have, well, luckily my dad has that warehouse that I rent off him, but if I didn't have that, third-party logistics would be that, because the amount you pay for warehousing at the minute is so much, and it's probably cheaper, easier, quicker to use third-party logistics.
Yeah. So, 2 brands then.
Yeah.
At what point do you reckon both will be fully like stock in the UK, not drop shipping? Is that obviously that's the plan?
It'll be definitely next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sandsboro's not drop shipping. It's never has been from the start. But the other one, next year we're gonna have a big go at it. We've finally got like enough cash to give it a big shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas before I was just saving up cash because it's going to need a lot, really, for the amount of stock and orders we process. That, it's going to need a lot.
And have you got like exact goals for both brands for like the business as a whole over like the next few years, or are you really just kind of going at it right now?
At the minute, we're kind of like going at it, but I do have sort of a few goals that I eventually want to sell 1, maybe 2, but what would I do after 2, It's like that, I think you've mentioned in previous podcasts where you're not just going to sit on a beach you'll probably do it for a few months and then get bored, and then what's next? You're going to start another brand, or I don't know really. It's one of them that's, I'd have to be there. It depends on the
Yeah.
amount and the cash that they're offering, but yeah, it'd have to be 50 million or something. But we're quite a way off there yet. But
maybe not. I mean, I don't know. But so do you currently still live at home then, or no?
Yeah, I could move out, but I don't have a girlfriend or anything at the moment, so...
Yeah, it was funny to say that, because Jordan from previous episode, when this comes out, just fairly similar, because he's got a clothing brand as well, and he still lives at home.
Is he?
Yeah. Which I didn't expect. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just didn't expect it.
No, I mean, he could probably move. The amount of money he's turning over at the minute, he could easily probably move out. But
100%, million percent.
Yeah.
So could you, but yeah, it's just interesting.
So could I, but I wouldn't even. I don't think it'll be healthy living on my own without seeing people, because I'll be at a screen all day at the office, and then I'll come home, I'll be on my laptop. I mean, I do that anyway, but not having people around you or speaking to people, I've struggled with it in past. Like, you get like mental health issues, and it's quite like I wasn't in a good place early this year. Probably started end of last year as well, just things going wrong, but having people around you just helps overcome it as well.
Because I lived at home for a while. I mean, like between travelling or whatever, but then obviously moved to London like 2.5 years ago. Yeah. It was in like a hustle house spec, obviously just surrounded by like other entrepreneurs and shit, and that's kind of my circle now. And have you got any mates then, like in terms of like actually like where you're working from around you? Yeah, so I've got a couple are doing similar stuff. Yeah, so I've got a couple of mates. The one that we spoke about before, he went to high school with me, and we started basically our journey at the same time. And my other mate, he actually works for me, so yeah, he's starting something on the side, which I don't really mind, to be honest. But some people would say, you know, he's going to rip your store. But that dropshipping store is going. It's not that sort of. He's selling drinks at the moment, so he's just basically trying to take that off. But it's going to be a long while before it gets some steam. It's going to need a lot of cash, so he's happy at the minute working for me and learning and stuff like that. So I don't really have much of a problem, really. Yeah, interesting. Because I know a lot of people will like not hire friends because of that, and we did have a little bit of trouble at some point, but I won't really go into it. But yeah, it's a difficult one. It's interesting, like that you like still live at home, and previous guest does, because I feel like obviously like certainly in the UK, my experience of like young ecom entrepreneurs is basically there's not very many. There's definitely more in America, because culturally America's like way more entrepreneurial. It's actually kind of mad. It feels like everyone fucking knows everyone. Like I'll probably have every ecom entrepreneur under the age of 30 on this podcast in the next year, and there'll be like 40 people. That's what it feels like. I mean, it won't literally be that, but it's actually quite a mad small like group of people. I mean, it's growing as well. Like so many more people getting into the space, but it is so early, but it is so hard now. But it is quite easy with dropshipping and that, but I mean, it's not easy, but it's a lower barrier to entry. Yeah, I mean, dropship is definitely the place to get started. I feel like, what am I trying to say? I mean, like for example, if I started dropshipping today, I think I could make it work. I've got experience, even though it'd be harder than probably in the past. Yeah, but the flip side would be I've got more experience now. So like, because for example, if you fucking lost everything tomorrow, which I fucking felt like I nearly did last year, you'd be able to start tomorrow way easier. Yeah. And you'd know people that could the help skills, you know the suppliers, you know what to do, do you know what I mean? So even with like shipping and just finding agents, and I mean hiring as well, that was a big sort of scary point for me. At the time I really needed like a customer service agent. I was doing everything myself, so
that needs to get done. And what's he doing?
Dog's going crazy. He's going absolutely crazy.
Yeah, so I searched YouTube and Google on how to like hire people on Upwork, and I found one called Online Jobs.
.ph, yeah. I've used that a lot in the past.
Which is the Philippines, if anyone doesn't know. But it's cheaper work. I interviewed a few people. I put like a little message at the bottom saying it. If you, I think I saw it. What's he? Is it Ecom Beast?
I know what you're gonna say.
I think he did a video on it.
You put like some test.
You put like a
test
test
if they're reading it properly.
to see if they're reading it properly.
You always do that. Yeah.
I used to filter it down to the people who actually read it, and Jackie, who we've got now, she's been with us for over a year now. So
how many people do you have across both brands?
Both brands, there's 2 people, 3 people including
Is that
me.
it?
That's it. Yeah.
How is it so little?
That's what.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, if you're doing 7 figures, more than 7 figures.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. But
it is possible, to be fair. Yeah.
Next year, there's going to be a point where I need to hire again, but we'll come to it. But yeah, people assume you're doing little numbers if you've got like 1 or 2 employees.
Right, yeah. I mean, I don't know why I said that. I mean, yeah. To be fair, I reckon you can do like 10 million a year with 5 people if you're set up properly.
Easy,
and you use like automation, because like customer service, for example. Do you use like Gorgeous? What do you use?
We use Zendesk.
Yeah, same shit.
Integrates with Shopify.
Yeah. But you can just like automate, 90% of it in it, because like it's the 80-20 rule.
It's basically the same messages. There's only like a couple that
80% of messages, are the same shit, aren't they?
Where's my order?
Yeah, exactly. You can just set up an automated thing. Yeah, it's so true. And then obviously you get the odd Karen that.
Oh, we've had so many Karens. Oh my days.
What's the worst customer service story you've ever had? I don't even know if you got a bad one. I'm just asking this on the spot. I've got a lot.
I tell you what, we had last year when COVID hit, the suppliers couldn't send out orders, and we had thousands of emails
for the dropshipping brand.
And that was probably my lowest point of owning the brand, to be honest. I just thought there was no way out. I wasn't going to get
chargebacks and shit.
I was getting chargebacks, everything. Just reading through the amount of hate, and it gets to you, like if you're personally responding to them emails, and
don't want to be doing that when it's going bad.
Yeah, when it's going bad, it's I had to personally email all the customers with discounts off their next order and refund shipping, and there were thousands of customers. I just had to stop orders, really.
Yeah,
just focus on the customer experience. I just dedicated basically a few months just to reply to everyone, because it's the best thing to do, really. I couldn't have left it otherwise.
You got any stories of like specific psycho customers?
Oh,
there must be 1 or 2. Or did you get off lightly?
No, I'm trying to think now. There's been so many.
You ever had a customer call your personal number and wonder how they got the number?
I have had that before.
Because I said a lot.
And I was
a few
wondering
of my
how
mates had that, including me.
Yeah, I wondered how they found my number. They managed to find my number somewhere, but luckily that got resolved. But there has been quite a few, but it's hard to like pick one off the top of your head.
Yeah. I remember it's actually with Midnight City, so a brand that wasn't very problematic, ironically. I was on the plane literally about to go to Ibiza in 2019 for this lad's holiday, and I get a text from, and I'm not exaggerating here, from some bloke on WhatsApp. I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake. And he's got a picture of me when I was like 16 from school. A yearbook picture, which isn't on my Instagram. Like, it's not.
How did he find you though?
I don't know. I mean, he probably got my number. I don't know how he got my number. Maybe like some old original email. So, some like left it somewhere by accident.
I tell you what, they're crafty though, aren't they? The way.
But yeah, he sent it. I don't know where he got this. And bear in mind, this was over like a 30 quid chain which had like next day shipping. It wasn't even drop shipping. So this was like the weirdest thing. And this was the only time it's ever happened for this brand. Yeah. Had a lot of abuse on the neon side, but we've been over that. And he sent me a picture of me from like my 2011 or 12 yearbook. And I was like, where the fuck did you get that from? And like Dom's like that. Like, you're probably speaking with a school shooter. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you do fucking 100,000 orders over 2 years or whatever. It only takes 0.001% to be like a handful of people, and then that person is the one that gets your number.
Yeah, when stuff like that happens, and
I remember
they
just
take
like
it personal.
I refunded him and fucking say sorry and all this bollocks. But I'm still thinking like, where the hell did you get that picture from? Like, what's this don doing?
Yeah,
like, there's some very like dangerously sad people out there.
Yeah, there is.
And running anything online just exposes you to elements of that.
It's so easy now, just to quick search and then find your name and call you out for something, and then start threatening you because their order's not arrived or it's late. Even if you've refunded them, the amount of messages we've got, you just look at it and go, how have you sent that? We've basically refunded you or give them a free product or something, and they're still like,
they want like compensation or something.
We'll sue you, we'll take you to court, every
single one of those messages has never come to fruition in my experience.
No, they haven't. No,
I've had a guy send me probably so many stories like this. Like, I actually had a guy send a fucking letter to my accountant, because he obviously found the company name, etc., saying he wanted like $3,000 compensation for GDPR, like breaking GDPR laws, saying that he unsubscribed from an email list and got one email or something. Which like, I don't know, maybe like Klaviyo didn't work or something. Like, what the fuck is he on about?
I've got some funny stories on that,
anything,
actually.
Obviously, but like, it's just, where have these dons got the time for that? Is it between like coming home from the pub and beating their wife? They send these like cryptic emails to random brands trying to get money out of people.
It's just, you never hate on anyone doing better than you,
Well, it's just, that's so true. But like, even beyond that, it's like anyone,
you've got to be at a low point
of any level of like decent existence doesn't hate on random people. It's just like, such a low point.
I've got
it's quite funny though.
A story actually from when you said about that. What's the GD? Is it the
GDPR?
The data protection? Is that like a leak?
Yeah, I'll probably get fucking cancelled. I don't really know that much about it, but like, obviously it came out and there was like, people had to confirm their email and shit before they could receive marketing promotions or whatever, that sort of thing. What's the story?
It's not on sort of that sort of topic, but we had, back in the day, I used one of these influencer pictures and I photoshopped my product.
I've done that.
I photoshopped my product on her, should I say?
Kylie Jenner.
They sort of found out, and I denied it and said it was just like a customer image they sent in, and they were like threatening legal action, and they drafted up like an invoice that I had to pay, but I just ignored it. But at the time I was so desperate for making sales and stuff. I know it sounds bad and that, but this
is the thing though. Like, I've got another story on that which I'll say in a second, but like, there's two ways of looking at that. At like, a Karen or whatever, or just like some cunt that doesn't get it, we'll look at that and say, oh, that's breaking the law or whatever. But the other side of that is, at the end of the day, you're like a young entrepreneur that's fucking hustling to make shit happen.
It's
like, there's two ways of looking at many things in life, and like, particularly when you're a bit younger or whatever, a bit more like inexperienced ultimately.
If you're not causing harm or damage,
that's
then
like badass shit to do, in my opinion. Like, it's just, it's like the game. I actually did a fucking funny one, to be fair, on that topic. Who actually did it? I think this was back in like March last year when Neon was starting to take off. I think it was actually, I think I might have been still running the ads before I got an agency doing it. I didn't Photoshop anything. I literally just took a picture of Kylie Jenner that was on Instagram with her with a neon sign, and just started running it as Kylie Jenner with her sign from us.
Right. Yeah.
I just thought nothing about it. I thought, fuck this. Like, I don't care. Like, I didn't really say it was our sign. I just started running it, just implying. And then I get like the next day, like a legal letter on email from her solicitor or whatever. I'm thinking, fuck me, this is quick. Like,
you literally get
nothing actually came of it, but I think what she had, and I later found out, like, celebrities of that scale have an automated, it was completely automated. There's no way that was someone manually sending that.
Really?
They'll have a thing that literally, like, technology that searches for use of their images and name.
No way.
So they can automatically go after people.
I've not heard of that before.
Because I think the email had some like hyperlink or whatever, like sent via whatever, and then I back searched it. But it was quite interesting because I thought, there's no way, like, how would they notice that? It only had like 10,000 impressions overnight or something. I wasn't even putting budget behind it at this point. But that was quite funny because they were like, I mean, they just said take it down or we'll do this. And I was like, okay, I just said, mistake, you know, but it wasn't me that did it.
I've got a few funny stories of that.
Yeah. I'll keep going.
All right, sorry, I thought you paused it. Yeah, so with the dropshipping brand, was it last year? It might have been last year. We got threatened by $1 billion company.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because one of our products was slightly similar to theirs. They literally had everything on us. They had my address, they had the products. They drafted up like a 100-page document, PDF document, sent it over to us. And
what was the company? It's gonna pussy out now.
It might give away the products, or
oh, okay, yeah. I think I know who you're gonna say.
Louis Vuitton sort of level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got that sinking feeling when that email came in. I was like, that's it. The brand's dead now. Everything's gone. But yeah, and it happened again. Another company tried to sue us for...
So how'd you get around that?
Basically got rid of the product.
Was it just one product then? It wasn't like
maybe a
everything?
couple of products. Yeah. I had to give all my details, manufacturer details. They weren't the manufacturers. I just found some random sort of AliExpress link and that. But yeah, we got over that. Managed. I don't think we paid. No, we didn't pay anything. A few months later down the line, another one threatened us. Another $1 billion sort of company.
I do think.
I just like not again.
If you're not getting any of that, you're probably not. Yeah. You know, and at the end of the day, like if you're not getting any of that shit in general, enough people aren't seeing what you're doing.
I sort of just played stupid because they were
played dumb.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise we just bought it from this link and then we don't hold any stock of it or anything, and we managed to wiggle our way out. But at the time, it was so scary because I've never had that situation before. It was sort of personal because I was self-employed at the time. They could have sued me, or I don't know how like the legal system works or whatever, but yeah, it could have gone down bad.
I had another one actually. I mean, there was a few of them, but one notable one, again with neon, was quite problematic because like so many different designs and shit. And it was some artist. I'm not going to say her name.
I've heard that. Was that on a Trustpilot review or something?
Probably.
I think I've seen that.
Well, there was actually quite a few, but I'm not sure if you know which one I'm talking about. But there was some major, apparently fame. I actually genuinely did not know who the fuck she was at the time, and still don't care who she is. But she's some big London-based artist. So I'm not going to say her name. And I ended up having to pay 1,500 quid in damages and bollocks. And like, I did my research on who this person apparently is. Like, I'm not really in the art scene, so I didn't know who the fuck she was. And basically, like, two things. They were claiming that some design that was not even similar was like her design. I'm just thinking like, it's not even the same. And secondly, like, this is some multi-millionaire artist. Why the fuck do they care what some little bedroom brand, well, I guess millions of people are seeing the ads and shit, but like, why? I don't know. I think there's a line where like
they feel like entitled to their cut of it.
Yeah, like I think I remember just replying like kind of exaggerating it, like, oh, I'm some like young entrepreneur, blah blah. I'm so sorry. I don't even know who the fuck you are, which I genuinely didn't. But it's like it wasn't even the same. It's like I think Taylor Swift famously tried to trademark some word from a song.
Right. All right.
I think it was like "shake it off" or something. It was like something like that, like a phrase that is so commonly used it would just be ludicrous to try and trademark it.
Yeah.
And then there was a big outcry, whatever, big backlash. I remember this not very distinctly, but it was something like that. And then she got in trouble, and then she like didn't trademark it. But it's kind of a similar thing. It's like, do these brands not realize that firstly, not everyone is just copying you, and like, because at the end of the day, like, a product is going to be similar to another product. There's like 7 billion people in the world. There's probably fucking 100,000 brands, 1 million brands. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
I mean, even in like the sort of fashion niche, there's so many sort of brands copying each other's, and it's basically like dog eat dog, really. And it's same with like,
I feel like particularly fashion, to be fair.
Yeah, particularly fashion and them sort of like niches and that. But yeah, I've had a few similar stories like that where they were asking for money because I'd used the pictures I shouldn't have done really, but these
gotta
things, you've got to start somewhere. And yeah, back to like that Photoshop thing, like it's such a good skill to have. But I think you mentioned it in another podcast. Was it Tyler that photoshopped some numbers around?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've done like a few addresses and done like stuff like that, but yeah, you just when you like your back's up against the wall, you've got to do stuff like that to get yourself.
It's like hustle, man.
You just
like,
find a way, yeah.
That's what it is.
Because normal people would just come up to like that sort of hurdle. I've heard stories before and then not go anywhere with it.
Yeah.
And then, oh, my brand didn't do this, or can you help me with this because it's not taking off.
Yeah, 100% agree. You've got to have that like hustler's edge. Like at the end of the day, like what are you willing to do to get past the problem?
I mean, I was literally willing to do absolutely anything. I was, to get that car that I wanted and them brands that I always dreamed about owning one day.
Yeah.
I was literally willing to do anything at that time.
I think you have to be, and like you can see it, like people that have it or don't have it, and it's like they just get that element of it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas other people think like, oh, like wow, like people that would have taken the piss out of you at the start or whatever. Like, why would you do that? And you know,
people want to skip that journey as well, and that's where like the foundations are built.
Yeah, like just on that as well. Then, so coming to like the car.
Yeah.
And I had the same car in the past, not the exact same, but like the fucking same, the Audi R8.
Yeah, I think it was a 2014 model, wasn't it?
I think I had a 24, was it 2013?
Mine's
2013 V10 Plus, I think it was.
Yeah, mine's a 2012 V10.
Different exhaust, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because I had the big circle
Yeah,
exhaust.
mine are like the oval sort of shapes.
Yeah, I think they changed them 3 times. They had the 2 exhausts on each side. Then
that was the
oval,
V8 one, yeah.
Then the big circle one. Then it was the facelift, which I then had after. But just on that car, so yeah, because I can obviously completely fucking relate to like going after like material things in that respect and everything. And it's like, I think it's way deeper than just like a car. It like symbolizes like fucking achieving shit and so on.
To me, it was like a big sort of fuck off really to other people, because they kept saying that I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. It
was basically like, right, I've got this. You can't say anything else. And no one really like took the piss after that, to be honest.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I hope not.
Yeah, it's like you just have to like get it out your system, I think. If I didn't get that out of my system, I would still be sort of like, not mad, but you'd still have that sort of...
Get that chip off your shoulder.
Yeah, you just need to get it out your system, I think.
I definitely went through that. But like, obviously it's sick.
Yeah.
And especially when you want that from a young age and whatever. But has your view on like the value of that now changed?
Completely changed.
So you just kind of got over it.
It's the first, I'd say 6 months was, wow, I've got this car that no one else
did. Mine for 3 months. I was fucking mentally ill before I changed it.
Yeah, I was maybe probably about 6 months later, I was looking at the new V10 Plus, and I was like, why am I looking at that car? I've just got this car that I've always dreamed of.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking at new cars and Lambos, and
there's always something better.
There's always that next step, and when do you stop? Like that, the fulfillment goes out of that car. It's like how do you put it? It's like that shiny object sort of. Oh, I've gone off there.
It's 100% shiny. I'm just looking at his fucking this leashy face of this dog. It's full. It is 100% shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, it took me a while to realise that. And then it's like, oh shit.
It's just a car now. Yeah, it's basically just a car.
It's still sick, but still, like, the magic goes from it once.
Yeah, it just...
Because it's like normal. Previously it was a goal, whereas now... It was a goal that symbolised something, whereas once you get it, it's just a piece of metal.
It's just a car, yeah. It's the exact same with me, and I think people don't realise... I didn't realise that until you have to go through that.
Oh, 100%.
You've got to go through it unless... Because I was thinking, I'd rather cry in my Ferrari than be sad in... what's that? Gary V?
Yeah. I mean, that still is true, to be fair.
Yeah. But it's sort of like the same sort of like principle, but yeah, the wildness factor soon fades, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still cool and that,
Do
but
you reckon you'll keep it for a while?
I was looking to change it recently, but got a big tax bill, so I'm just gonna wait for that.
Yeah, exactly. Get a fucking Tesla or something.
Yeah.
And you said you don't have a girlfriend.
No.
Have you experienced more female attention since having that car? Because that's kind of like that's something people would want to ask.
Yeah. So to be honest, it's more guys than girls. You get more attention from guys than I'd say girls. Yeah. So you get the odd one that maybe, I don't want to say like a gold digger or anything, but
a gold digger.
You can instantly tell, yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, more guys than girls, to be honest.
Yeah. And do you think having, not that you fucking need a girlfriend at 22, I didn't have a girlfriend until quite recently. Certainly not when I was 22. Do you think being like an entrepreneur makes it harder?
Yeah, definitely.
To have like relationships and like even just like speak
even
to
like
girls, date girls.
Yeah, even like their time commitments and stuff like that. If they're constantly texting you and they're wanting you around at this sort of, and you've got stuff to do. I mean, 2 brands and I do other stuff as well, which we might get onto in a minute. But yeah, it's a lot to handle at my sort of age when everyone's out partying and all they've got to worry about is basically like uni work and stuff like that. Where I'm dealing with like thousands of customer things and orders not being
so
shipped.
True. It's a different life. And do you go out at all then? Do you like party or whatever?
To be honest, I don't.
Yeah.
I've never really done it since I left school, because since I left school, started the brands, it's basically been my life ever since.
Yeah.
I mean, I do go out and stuff, but not to the point of where the average person does.
Yeah.
Like I had to do like I had to make a lot of sacrifices when I was like younger, turn friends down and lost quite a few friends with it, just not understanding and missing sort of parties, and
I have to start playing some fucking sad piano music.
I know. I mean, it's true though. Yeah, but I was just so determined to get where I wanted to get that everything else was just secondary, really. I mean, yeah.
And you mentioned other things you do.
Yeah, so
what other things you do?
I invest in quite a bit in crypto and do stocks and stuff like that.
Do you like day trade or no?
More recently, yeah. Because the markets, well, especially the crypto market's been quite up and down recently.
Yeah.
I made quite a bit last year, pulled it all out. That's basically just gone into more stock and ecom stuff. It's like a cycle.
Yeah.
So the money comes in from ecom, goes into like stocks and cryptos, and then if I do make some money on there, it comes back out and back into the brands.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
crypto's a weird one.
Yeah, I've been doing it since 2017, and I've seen quite a few of the market cycles, and you sort of learn when to sort of get in and out of the market, and you sort of learn the market behaviour and not being too greedy as well, because on the first time I invested it went up quite a bit, and then we had a crash. When was the crash? 2018?
Yeah, I mean, a few major crashed in it, and then like this year it's been pretty up and down.
Yeah, I think it was January it started to pick up. Yeah,
everyone buying like fucking shit coins, meme coins and stuff.
Then the meme coins that came
back
out
in
with
March, April, that was when like meme coins were going mad.
Jake Paul coming out. I actually invested in one of them. I lost all my money really, but
it was just like Safe Moon was one.
Yeah, I didn't invest in.
I wonder if this shit's even fucking legal, to be honest.
They'll get those
shit coins.
Yeah, there's a podcast that someone did, and they'll all get done for it. They'll get found out because it's basically what they did at Wall Street. It's market manipulation.
Yeah, a lot of them they're called like rug pulls, aren't they?
Yeah, they'll
get loads of hype, get like 100 million valuation,
building it up, and then they pull out and let everyone else drop. They'll get.
It's actually mad.
Yeah,
It's like full scale scam.
It basically is.
A lot of it.
Basically like what Jordan Belfort did in that sort of era with
the Wolf of
Wolf of Wall Street.
The Wolf of Binance or something.
Yeah.
That'll be the next one.
I mean, a lot of people did make a lot of money on that. I know quite a few people who put like a couple of £100 and turned it into £100,000 off a couple of hundred. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because they went up rare. They were just punts basically.
Yeah.
If they go up a few %,000, then. But.
Yeah, fuck me.
Because they basically start at 0.00001.
Yeah.
And if it goes up to however much, then yeah, they made quite a bit of money, but it's a risky game.
It is. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I could probably do a whole other episode on crypto. I would probably get someone I don't really know enough about crypto to really speak about it loads.
I do like it.
I think it's mad.
I think the technology and stuff that will replace our money and stuff like that, but you've got to be sort of like realistic.
Yeah.
Like, people are saying it's going to take over the world and it's going to do Bitcoin's going to go to 1 million and stuff like that, but
I don't know. I feel like it feels like kind of like the dot-com boom. Not that I was that old, and the dot-com boom was probably like 4 years old, but yeah, I don't know. It's mad. Like,
I think there's like a new one every 10 years or so that something comes around that's sort of similar.
Yeah, it's so true. So coming back to the brands then, like obviously you're still fucking young. You make me feel old, which is sad, but...
How old are you now?
25.
25.
But...
Still young.
Yeah, I've been around the block a few different things. How long do you see yourself being in this... Well, firstly in like the fashion game.
Yeah.
I guess kind of asked it earlier, like have you thought about it? Like, I mean, obviously everyone says, they want to sell the business, but have you thought about what you potentially do after? Like, obviously it's still very early in the game, but...
I mean, I have thought about it a little bit, but it's just coming back to the thing, what would you do after you've... Like, I'll get bored. I can't sit at home and... I'll probably go travelling for a bit if I did sell the brand for a bit, for like a good sum of money, but...
Yeah.
It comes to a point, maybe like a year down the line, where you need to get back into something or put your mind at. It would just make me go crazy, I think, not having something to look forward to, and just like goals as well. I remember when I got the R8, that was like my ultimate goal. I ticked it off and I didn't set any goals higher than that, and I was in like I got a bit complacent and results started dropping. Yeah, it's just not a good place to be really when you don't really have any like ambitions or goals. But yeah,
I definitely agree. I think it's like kind of a deeper point, but
it's just the love for the game, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's exactly what I was going to say. Like when you tick off a few goals, and like obviously like there's more things you could do, whatever, like fucking go and become Elon Musk or whatever, but
how many one it's not even 1%, it's like 0.0%, and is he happy doing that? He's just like a genetic freak, and he's like Zuckerberg. And
well, it's 0.0%. I say, in terms of the world, it's probably 0.0000001%. Like, it's mad.
Easy. But he's doing cool stuff though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think when you realise, like, you tick off a few little childhood goals, which like for a lot of guys is genuinely like cars and stuff, you know, and then you realise, oh, that's cool, but it's not what I thought it was. Then it's like, oh fuck. I think the thing that actually like gives me any sort of fulfillment is just, like you said, the game. It's
even like just the little tasks of a sample coming back just perfect, and you release it, and that's what gives me like the most, like even seeing like customers wearing the stuff and buying it, and it just gives you that buzz that a card does give you at the start, but it soon wears off. All the materialistic stuff. I'm not wearing any Rolexes or anything. I don't buy any of that sort of stuff, but I was just interested in cars. I always have been, and it was like not a life, but I wanted to get it by like a certain age. I set myself a you scroll down on my Instagram, I've got a post from 2017 that this Audi R8 will be mine by 25.
Did it a lot sooner than that. Yeah, I had similar shit like that as well. That's cool. If you could speak to your 17-year-old self, which is fucking like the most cringe question ever, but looking back now, obviously, like, still a lot to learn, as there is for everyone, but you obviously learned a lot since then.
Yeah.
When you're getting started, what are the key things you would say to like bear in mind, to think about when wanting to start, obviously,
I'd say
brand ecom?
One, the amount of sacrifice you have to commit to making that brand, that dream come to reality. I'd say that's probably one of the main ones. And if you are like 17, 18, 19, even 20 plus, but take the risk now, otherwise you're just going to regret it later. I know I would have done if I didn't start back then. Like I always said to myself, take it now, and then if it doesn't work out, just do something else later on. Yeah, if you don't take the risk, you'll never know. So
yeah, I feel like biggest risk is taking no risk.
Yeah, it's taking
like
no
such a
risk.
cliche, but
Yeah.
so true. I also think as well, like you were saying before, and it's true for a lot of people, like your parents were like, oh, what if it doesn't work out, blah, blah, blah. But I just honestly believe, like, if you're compounding your efforts and knowledge and network or whatever in a certain general area like e-commerce, it's not going to not work out if you stay in the game.
Yeah.
Even if it takes you till 30, 40, fucking 50 years old.
It took me literally, I'd probably say 3-4 years to finally see something that my dad turned around and looked, because I had like sales target on my whiteboard at the office. I was like, Dad, I'm going to get this 100k a month and do all this. And then he didn't believe it until I finally showed him proof of like screenshots, and I ticked it off.
Yeah.
And he was like, right, I believe you now. And yeah,
that's what it takes. Yeah, it's mad.
I mean, no one's going to give you no one like helps you in the beginning. It's only when they see sort of like results that they not jump on board, but they finally give you.
Yeah, it's so true. Like everyone's your fucking friend when shit's going well. And also on the flip side, no one seems to be a friend apart from a very few select real ones when stuff's not going well.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's important to identify those people, and you know, like the ones that are there from the start, which is rare. Usually, there's not many of them. So
no, yeah, definitely.
And it's a lonely road. And I think people that, I guess most people watching this shit are either in the trenches, want to be in the trenches, or, you know, like on that path somehow. But it's just, it really is like 1% of people, maybe less, I think, that are probably getting after it, doing their own shit.
Yeah.
But if it's really what you're made for, and it's all you want to do, then
you'll find a way as well.
To love the trenches.
Yeah, you'll find a way, because everyone wants like the shortcut route and quick money, and I did at the start, but you just got to go through that to finally get where you want to be, really. And if you want to make that sort of money, you're going to have to get in the trenches, do stuff you don't want to do, but you'll soon realise if you're built for it. And I wouldn't say built for it, but it's a hard game.
Yeah, I think honestly most people aren't, and
that's why they drop off after a few years.
I think as well, like the potential to make money is like one thing, but it shouldn't even be about the money if you're really built for it. Do you know what I mean? Like I said this in the previous episode, you have to love it, otherwise.
Yeah, I think at the start for me, it was all about the money. I was literally obsessed with the money and stuff, but then I got past that stage, and it's not really about the money anymore, because it honestly doesn't make you that much happier, to be honest. There's like a certain, I think you've said it before in another podcast, there's like a certain level you get to where it doesn't make much of a difference past that point. Yeah,
just gotta love what you're doing.
Yeah,
love the trenches,
love the game.
Exactly. That's it. Well, I'm excited to see where you take it. We could probably go on for hours about loads of like deep tangents and shit. But
yeah, definitely.
Unless there's anything else you want to dive into, then I reckon that's a solid episode.
Perfect.
And we wrap it up, and he's fallen asleep.
Yeah, he's finally gone.
Yeah, I guess with that said, we'll wrap it up there then. So thanks for watching. As I'm saying in every episode, and I listen to this wherever the fuck you please, whether that's Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, episodes every week, which is still I've said that. I said I'll do at least a year of every week, which is going to be difficult. I think this is episode 8 at this point, but we're getting there. And yeah, subscribe to the pod, share the pod if you're enjoying it, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers for watching.